All right, let's settle in and talk about one of the biggest, most heated debates in all of sports right now, Rohit Sharma versus Virat Kohli. I mean, for more than a decade, these two guys have been the absolute pillars of Indian cricket. They've been smashing records, winning matches, and capturing the hearts of millions. But that one question, it just never ever goes away. Who is the real GOAT? Well, today we're going to try and figure that out.
This whole thing just got thrown into overdrive again, and it's all because of one single photo that absolutely blew up online. It's a picture of Rohit Sharma, looking leaner than ever, apparently after a huge fitness push following the 2025 IPL. And the moment that picture dropped, boom, the comparisons to Virat Kohli, who is, let's be honest, the poster boy for cricket fitness, were just everywhere.
And the fans? They jumped on it immediately. Just look at this post, crowning Rohit the fittest player in the world right now. It just goes to show you how one simple picture can pour gasoline on this massive rivalry. So to really get to the bottom of this, we need to look past the photos. And we have to start where it all begins, with their unbelievable skill with the bat.
Okay, so when you talk about Rohit and Virat, the conversation has to start with their batting. They are both absolute legends of the game, no question. But the way they go about it could not be more different. And that, right there, is the real heart of this entire debate. I mean, their nicknames say it all, don't they? On one hand, you've got Virat Kohli, the run machine. The guy is just relentless with this almost superhuman consistency. And on the other side, you've got Rohit Sharma, the hitman. He's the guy with that explosive, raw power who can just take a game away from you in the blink of an eye. So let's break it down a bit. Virat is your technical genius, the master of the chase, built on textbook perfect shots and incredible fitness. Rohit? He's all about pure elegance and what looks like effortless timing. He's the undisputed king of the Daddy 100, those gigantic match-winning scores that just leave the other team with nowhere to go. And if you want to understand the sheer volume of runs from Kohli, just look at this number, 84. That's how many international centuries he scored. It's staggering, a number that puts him second on the all-time list behind only the great Sachin Tendulkar. That's what being a run machine looks like. But then there's Rohit Sharma, who plays a completely different game when it comes to records. 264. And no, that is not a team's total score. That is what Rohit scored all by himself in a single one-day international match. It's the highest individual score in history, period. So, while Virat is carefully building these incredible monuments brick by brick, Rohit can come in and just build a skyscraper in one afternoon. All right, let's switch gears and move to the next big battleground in this debate, captaincy. Leading a team with the hopes and dreams of over 1 billion people on your shoulders, that's a whole other level of pressure. And both of these guys have had their turn at the helm. And that's really the big question, isn't it? Because a great captain does more than just make the right calls on the field. They have to inspire the entire team through their actions and their leadership style. So, how do these two stack up when they're the ones in charge? Well, in Test cricket, the longest format of the game, the numbers really do speak for themselves. Virat is clearly on top. With a win percentage of nearly 60%, he is, by the numbers, India's most successful Test captain ever. He's the one who led the team to those historic victories overseas and really ushered in a new era of dominance. But, and this is a huge but, when you look at the shorter, faster formats, the script gets completely flipped. In T20 cricket, Rohit's record is just phenomenal, with a win-loss ratio of over 4-1. And it's not just for India. We're talking 5 IPL titles and, of course, leading India to that T20 World Cup win in 2024. This quote from their teammate, Jasprit Bumrah, is just perfect because it gives us a peek behind the curtain. He says, Rohit is the guy who keeps things calm, light, and balanced in the dressing room. Virat, on the other hand, is pure, raw passion and energy, that aggressive, in-your-face captain who leads with his incredible intensity. Two very different styles. Okay, so let's circle all the way back to where we started, fitness. For years, this was seen as a clear-cut win for Virat, no contest. But that one viral photo of Rohit has really started to challenge some of those old ideas. And here we have an expert conditioning coach weighing in. He's basically saying, hold on a minute. Yeah, Rohit might look a bit bulkier, but his agility and movement on the field are incredible. Plus, and this is key, he consistently passes the super demanding yo-yo test, which is the gold standard for fitness in cricket. So the idea that there's this massive fitness gap, maybe it's not so simple.
But look, you absolutely cannot talk about fitness in Indian cricket without giving massive credit to Virat Kohli. The man almost single-handedly revolutionized the entire team's approach. He created this high-performance fitness culture that is now the standard. He didn't just change himself, he changed everyone around him. So, after looking at everything, the batting, the captaincy, the fitness, it's pretty obvious that there is no easy answer here. This isn't just about two players. It's really a debate about two totally different approaches to being great.
Which brings us right back to that one ultimate question, the question that has fueled a million arguments for years: the run machine or the hitman? The intense, fiery leader or the calm, cool strategist?
And maybe, just maybe, this is the best way to look at it. Maybe the endless arguments aren't really about finding a winner. Maybe the real victory is for all of us, the fans, and for Indian cricket itself, which has been lucky enough to have two of the greatest players ever playing side by side, dominating the world in the very same era. So we'll leave you with this to think about. Years from now, when their careers are done and the dust has settled, how are we all going to remember this period? Will we remember it for the constant rivalry, or will we remember it for the incredible shared legacy of two kings who ruled the entire cricketing world together at the very same time?